Alright guys, so we're going to go through and set up our controller. So we've got our joystick, our potentiometer and our two buttons, just like we did on fritzing. Now what I've gone through and done already is I've got my wires all tethered together, ready to be able to go. So I've got my power, ground and then my signals. I've got my solder over here ready to go. I've got my extra length of 5-volt cable, the red wire, to be able to then attach everything else, and I've got my soldering iron up to 375, and once I start soldering I'll turn my fan on, extraction fan, to go through there. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be ringing this guy through, attaching it to one, so I have two ends going in one. I'll add some heat shrink to those and then attach it through, and then repeat for each of them so they're all in parallel, getting power through from that one cable. So I'm going to go through and get that started now. So the first stage I'm going to do is I'm going to strip those two off, and I'm going to twist those two together. Drop those onto that, turn our thing on. We're going to check the tip of our thing. He's not quite clean, so I'm going to add a little bit of solder. Clean him off. So he looks shiny, ready to go. And I'm going to heat from underneath. And then I can add a little bit of solder to that. While I'm there, I'm going to add some solder to these ones here as well. So heat from underneath, a little bit of solder on each one, ready to be able to go. Okay, so they're good. What I'm going to do before I add this guy on is I'm going to add a little bit of heat shrink to the edge. So you want to pick as small as you can that will slide over the two pieces. So he will just fit. So I'm going to trim that down. You want to have a little bit of overflow onto your cables, because that will help hold it and give it a little bit more security. So I've probably gone a little bit tight on this one, so I'm going to leave that and jump to the next size up. So having the heat shrink will help stop our shorts. So when I put this through, I don't want to have any wire exposed so that they can't cross over and I get a faulty signal or a short. So I'm going to probably trim off a little bit of that because I want to have him a little bit tighter. I'm going to add a little bit more solder to that tip. Give it a clean. Okay, he looks shiny. Add a little bit of solder, and then I should be able to adjust. So I'm going 5-volt is that second one. So hold them in place, and I should be able to get a little bit of solder on there. Hold him there until you sort of see it sort of frost over, and then I can slide that over, and he's looking good. So I'm probably a little bit excessive on that heat shrink, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do now, that bit is now looking good. So now on to the next part. So I've got this guy's going to be coming up from here. This guy I want to keep out of the way, and he's going to come over here. So probably about that length is good. And I can probably cut him about there. I'm going to trim that down. Do the same thing for my extra piece. Twist those together and then repeat. So bring those together. So they're now twisted. Hold that in place, so bring that a little bit lower if we need to, and then solder them neatly together. Trim the ends off and then attach to the next point. Again, little cleanup's not a bad thing. Heat from underneath, a couple seconds, and then you should be able to see that solder seep across each of the bits as that heat helps it transfer and sort of wick across. So I'm going to bring that down, move him out of the way, he's going to go about there. What I'd like to do is I probably need to tin those first. So a little bit of heat, tin each of those ready to go. The closer I can have this to my fan so that extraction all works nicely is quite important. So again, I'm going to grab a little piece of heat shrink and get some better pliers than what I've got at the moment so that they actually cut it cleanly would be helpful, but it's not too bad. Slide him over. Make sure it's far enough away. I'm going to twist that round so I can hold that with this hand. And then trim that down just a touch more because I want to be able to have it sitting about there. Okay, so that's good there. Add a little bit of solder to the tip just to help that heat transfer. And there it goes. Okay, so I don't need to drown it. Give him a second so it cools down before you try and pull the heat shrink over, otherwise it will start shrinking too early. I'll try and just pull that just a little bit over. That's looking okay. Again, add the heat. And that looks good. Alright, so now we're on to the next one. Now, bring this guy around. So I'll probably bring him this way. Looks like it might be a little bit nicer. Alright, so just looking at where my wire is going to go, I'm going to bring him around this way. So I'm going to trim him off there. Again, same process. Strip the wires. Twist those together. Tin them together. And then I can attach them on. So fan needs to stay on. Make sure that tip is shiny. Heat from underneath. Add through. Alright, depending on your hole, you may be able to feed that through nicely. At the moment it doesn't look like mine's going to let me do that. So I'm going to add a little bit of solder on the outside. There we go. Might as well do the other one while I'm here. A little bit of heat. Add that on. Now I'm going to try and have mine go up and down on this so I can get the heat shrink all the way across. I'm going to shorten that down a little bit so he can sit kind of like that. So I'm just going to hold that in place here so I can get that one nicely there. So again, make sure the tip is shiny so you get some good conducting. There should be enough solder there that I don't need to add any more. But if you're not getting good heat transfer, just adding a little bit of solder to that will help speed that process along. And before I do that, I need to add my heat shrink, otherwise he's not going to work. Okay. Grab my little piece again. Slide him over the top. Bring him far enough away, won't overheat. And try that again. So heating those up. That should be enough. Should see that then sort of go over, and then he is able to get pushed over, and that's nice and clean, no exposed. Okay, so now I've got that one there. He'll be able to get sort of nudged down a little bit once it cools down, and then the last one will come across over to here. So again, I'm just going to trim him down. He doesn't need an extra piece because he's the only one there. So a little bit of solder to the end of him. A little bit of solder on each of these. trim that end down so he's nice and clean, and the length so he can sit on there nicely. And I should be able to use a smaller heat shrink for this one as well. So slide that over the top. And a little bit of solder on the end, just again help that heat transfer. Notice it's not heaps and heaps and heaps. And that's it. Let it cool down a touch. Pull that back over the top. Heat it up. And there is our first stage of the 5-volt neatly through. So once they cool down a little bit, we should be able to sort of help keep them out of the way a bit. But we've got some nice solid connections, nice covered bits. The last thing we want to do is actually check that we've got continuity with that. So I'm going to go to the other end of this. And this is one of the problems with putting the heat shrink on early, because now I'm going to connect that to one end, turn this guy around to that top, and select to go to continuity. So when I connect those two together, they beep. So what I should see, if I go to there, it beeps. If I go to that PCB connection, he beeps. Now I have given myself no real space there. I've just got it. So you can see that I've got good connection through that. That's what I want to see for the ground. So they all have power, ready for that next stage to add the ground. And for these two, the 10K resistors in line with the ground.